Sorry, I'm rummaging through some paperwork. I was going to hop on and I was asked to get something. There we go. Good morning, if you're joining. Got my levels set for the day, hopefully. Let's see how they play out. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. 73. Go down there. It's a pretty small range. Okay. Oh heck, he's posting some stuff. Think he's saying NQ might have topped out. We'll see. I'm just going to wait for more folks to hop on before I get into some of my analysis. I'm a little bit early, so I'm just going to hang out, watch the price action, check my levels, and get on with it. Good morning. So we've got nothing noticeable on the options chain. IV is super green, skewed towards calls. We've got positive gamma in both SPX and SPY. SPY large is 52, 452, which is what? Is that where? Oh, still has room. Interesting. So I called this a desired pullback because that's what everybody wants right now, right? And they've wanted this whole move up. Hoping PPI can get it. I am too, to be honest. But so far sellers can't crack what they need to crack to do it right now. They really need to crack this 16 to 20 area, in my opinion, in order to unlock downside. And I think once it happens, or if it happens today, then we're going to be hitting the 80s, upper 80s, lower 90s for sure. This is the range that we were in yesterday. 4,500 is tested, so I removed that support. That should probably fail next time we hit it. And now we're getting a reaction off this 20 area, which is important for buyers if they want this thing to keep going up. Yeah, new disclaimer. I was talking to I had a meeting yesterday afternoon with my tax attorney, and just kind of told him what I was doing, and he told me to stop. He was like, "Don't do it. You could get in trouble." And I was like, "Dude, like, I'm not out here selling my opinion. I'm not telling people to do anything. In my mind, and I'm not a lawyer. In my mind, I'm not doing anything to solicit any gains from this, which to me makes it fine." And so once I kind of put it to him that way, he said, "You have to do Discord." I won't do Discord. Well, I am on Discord, but I don't. I'm inactive. I don't really do much on Discord or any of these groups. Anyways, I was talking to him last night or yesterday afternoon, and he was like, "You should stop doing that." Yeah, it is good. So he strongly advised that I put a legal disclaimer up, and he gave me kind of a layout for it, and then I had Chat GPT take it and write one because I wasn't about to pay for it. Anyways, so on the 3-minute, so if we look on the 3-minute, we have some cell structure here, right? But it's not really clear. Well, sure it is. All right, so here's what I'm seeing. Let me do this. So I like to kind of just draw it out or whatever, but like, right? And so I could see a pop here, right? And so for me, like, this is the short zone, and then your stop is up here. Now I don't play that loose, but to grab some puts or whatever, like, if we get back up here in RTH and we don't get past 34, I'm going to short. I might even grab puts. We'll see. But like, this is the structure I'm seeing on the 3-minute. What needs to happen from there is we need to break this 15-20 area. If that breaks, and we sweep it, I'd look for a bounce back into it. We could even shoot back up here to re-enter short. But right now we got a nice looking excess high, which hit the resistance zone marked. I think I talked about it a little bit yesterday too. And so right now it's getting there, right? We got a pretty decent short setup in my opinion. Or it's working to be a short setup. That's the way it's looking right now. But again, for me, it's going to be about the 30-second OR and where that drives, right? So if 30-second OR is somewhere up here and it starts to drive up, I'm probably not going to take the 30-second OR because of this setup. If 30-second OR is here and drives down, I would definitely take that short. And just watch the reaction here. But we'll see. We'll see where it opens up. I'm not going to speculate. I shouldn't speculate on that right now because then I put ideas in my head and all that stuff. But yesterday was a really good day for the most part for me. So we took a long here at 90. I trimmed at I think 90, 96, I think, or 97, and then took the rest off at 99. Kind of watched this happen. Then I took a long here at 55.04. And then took it off up here at the high of day, around the current high of day, 45.19. When I posted that bull flag look, I was long at 55.04, and then I wanted to see 55.08 break. Once it swept, I knew, I had a good feeling high of day was going to be taken out, or at least recaptured. We've had a decent little move overnight. And now again, PPI has provided a nice excess high. So really, this is the short zone, right? You don't want to see consolidation in this excess high because if that happens, even though I said it's a good short setup, we don't have a really good short setup, like a strong short setup until this 15-20 area break, 16 to 20 area breaks. If we get back up into this area and consolidate, that's going to be a red flag to me. If we don't touch this again, then and we break 15, 16, 20, whatever, it's going to be shorting. You're going to want to short some bounces, aiming for this 89 area. We'll see. We'll see. Again, nothing noticeable on the options chain. Everything that I'm looking at on the gamma sheet says SPY 452's in play, but that could change at open, right? We've had some call buying happening on this dip, PPI dip, so like that's an interesting observation. But nothing big, just 2-3 contracts at a time. So again, we've got 28 minutes until open. Kind of got my setup ready for today. I haven't taken any positions today either. If right now, okay, so right now we're still just kind of bouncing around. So we have yesterday's value high at 23. Remember the 80% rule. So if we get acceptance under here in real-time trading, and break this, then it's a good chance. I mean, a really good chance. Like we'll hit 97 at the minimum. I think ultimately, though, I want to see a bounce. I want to see this. I would take longs here. This is untested demand, so you're going to get a bounce here most likely. How big of a bounce, I don't know. But this is where that gap was yesterday. I just think there are going to be so many shorts in this gap. It's going to take a while to eat it through, even though everybody in the world is looking for this thing to go today. It's not I don't think that's happening. But just because I don't think so doesn't mean it won't, right? But I mean, just thinking back on all the gap ups, on all the big gap ups and big gap downs, right? Those things hold for a while. I mean, a while, and they don't break because of the setup, right? The trap shorts, trap longs, whatever the case is. And those people, when that gap is hit, they've got exits set there, and they'll buy it. So I don't I don't see much more downside than 89. If we sell right through it, again, this is all saying that 1620 breaks, right? And I don't know that it will. We've got some strong areas of demand down here, right? We've got 73, 70, and we've got 57, 62. I think this one's going to be huge. And then under that, it's back to gap fill. I don't think that's going to happen today for sure. I don't think that gap is going to be filled for a while. It's a big gap. I mean, think about think about the big gaps that we've had. I mean, I didn't mark anything, but gaps similar to yesterday, where there's a summer breakout, right, out of that huge consolidation zone. And then we had a huge gap down, a huge gap and go, in September maybe? And that led to the downside that we saw September, October. I mean, these huge gaps just take forever to fill if they're going to fill at all. And honestly, I mean, the way I'm kind of looking at it is this gap will be the target of the next correction. Like that's if this holds, right, and we just range here, I could see us setting up a nice range here. If we continue to higher grounds after a few days of consolidation in this area, I could see this being a target for the next like correction. But that's all speculation, right? I'm not playing anything on that. That's just my thought process right now. My point is I don't think this gap is going to get touched. I don't think this gap is going to fill anytime soon, unless there's like a huge catalyst, black swan event that causes it to happen. Let's see, what else do I have going on here? The megaphone pattern was big, man. Let's do this. Alright, so gap ups, gap downs. There's a nice gap down, right? Wasn't touched for a while. And even when we did touch it, look at that. We got the pullback. I think that's the gap I'm talking about. Man, right in the same area too. So this is the gap down I'm talking about, where we gap down, continued, right? Hit it again, found more supply, and now we jumped right over it. Back up to here. Here's the other big gap. And I think some of this gap, oh no, this gap is from the contract change. This is the other gap I'm talking about, I think. Yeah. Which isn't as big as this one. Here's another big gap right here. So we gapped up. Oh, this is the one that we gapped up and we continued, right? Everybody was looking for a crash or at least gap fill pullback. I mean, here's a big gap similar to what we have that consolidated for a few days and then filled and then bounced. So maybe this is like more like what we're seeing now, right? This area right here. That's interesting because that's a huge gap, right? And that's very similar to this setup here. So I think, consolidation for a few days, right? We have a similar setup, right? We have an excess high, well, it's not that big yet. On the 3-minute chart, it looks good, but I don't know, man. I could see us going up. Oh, wait, this is real-time trading, so we don't have that yet. Wait, what is... Oh, I'm on a 4-hour chart. Okay. Oh, okay, 4 hours shows it better than the daily because of... Okay, yeah. So this is a big gap up. This is a big gap up similar to what we have over here. So maybe this is more like the play we're going to see. Chop for a few days, right? And then gap fill and then bounce. This is contract change. And we had this gap, but this gap wasn't touched until this correction. I mean, that's a pretty big gap from here to here. Oh, this is a good day. This is November CPI, I think. Or October CPI last November. That was such a good day. I really thought we would do something similar this time around, like dip and then rip. And so I missed I missed I missed the boat on loading up calls, even though I kind of said I would. Um, I missed it. I missed the opportunity. What are some other big gap fills? Here's a big gap down. Got up in it. Continuation. Huge gap downs, but that's all during the bear market. That price action was different than what we're seeing now. We saw 2% down days on a regular basis in 2022. I don't think we've had any. Have we had any? I don't think we've had any 2% down days this year. I don't think. Let me lock this so I don't mess up levels. And then somebody, I think, was it Trade Writer, I think, posted November. I mean, look at these gaps. I mean, that's a compelling argument, right? That what we just saw is very similar to this. And this was a 13% gap? 13% drive, I think, before we saw anything. I should start at the bottom. Yeah, right at 13%. In 11 4-hour bars. I mean, so yeah, I mean, with these gaps, I mean, these gaps haven't been touched. Yeah. And then we got this, right? All these gaps. And right now we're sitting at a 10% drive. So I still, even if we chop here, there's still, I mean, there's clearly more upside available. Up to 61, 62, somewhere in here. It's interesting, right? Nice consolidation zone and a breakout. And that started the bull market of 21, 22. I think the key difference, though, is that this was a breakout of all-time high. And then we had price discovery for 2 years to the upside. Where now we're kind of just stuck in this, we're stuck in this range. But this looks, I mean, this kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulder pattern here. I mean, I don't know what this was for. Oh, I think I was doing the flag. So if we look at like a bull flag analysis on this drive here with a bull flag breakout, I mean, it puts us at 5,200 or something like that, or 5,400. Forget what, by like August or September of next year. We've got a lot of hurdles to jump to get there. We've jumped over a lot of them, literally. I honestly, I mean, I could see us just consolidating for a while, for a few days here, and then hopping up to, 4,600, 4,620. There's a gap up here at 4604, something like that up here. 4,600-ish. That it's an ES gap. It's a Globex gap. All right, so right now we're coming back down to this 1620 area, and see, it was tested there. We're back into it. Probably going to get a jump back out. We'll see. We'll see. So right now we're at the London lows. Under that we have the Asia lows. So yeah. Got a few minutes until open. I think we have a pretty decent plan of what we're looking for, especially with this excess high. I wouldn't be shocked if the opening drive was back up here, though. Let's just see what happens. IV is not skewed as much towards the call side, which is what you'd expect on a pullback, or at least an intraday dip like this. Oh, let me pull this up. This is SPX. And me put key levels in. What? Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a range. This is that 15 to 20 area on ES. And under that, we've got this, which is the area down here, right, 90-ish. So, lines up with what I'm seeing if we can break this. So basically, on SPX, just look for 4,500 to break, and then see if we get acceptance under there. Oh yeah. So this is the yearly profile. So then the other one I have a range profile. This is the yearly profile right here. Yeah, the levels kind of match up. Look at that. It's a big area. Big area for sure. This is the one I use for now for day trading. On the 3-minute, on the 30-second chart, yeah, we would need a sweep of the 33s. I mean, any time frame, I think. If we get back over 33 and consolidate, it could be a potential long. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. So on this chart here, I have this on the breadth chart. I should rename it, but it's fine. We've got yellow, which is 30-second ORs, and then the red are the ranges that I see in the volume profile. And I should probably go back and confirm them. Yeah, see, that looks good. Really, this range, though, goes down to 500 right here. This is the top end of it. Now, it's interesting that it's the 15th, right? Because it's midway through the month, thereabouts. Expiration's on the 17th. Today is Vixpiration, I think, right? Oh, yeah. So let me look at that real quick. All right, so I need to change to 11/22. Oops, 22, and it's a weekly. Right? Yeah. I'm not getting anything for that. Huh. Okay. We got some good consolidation here, or compression. If we're not able to break it, 30-second OR is going to drive it back up here. There's really no volume up here, really. To notice. So right now it's a good looking XSI between 33 and 36. Three minutes until open. I've started looking at SPY options. Looking at the bid ask on SPY options, pretty interesting. Also, volume on SPY options is interesting too. All right. Yeah, about 10 seconds until open. Here we go. So top of 30-second OR is 45.2675. Bottom of the OR is 45.2345. $45.2675. Yellow. And then 23. 23.25 for the bottom. We're breaking up. Let's see if it holds. So we caught support at 1620 area. And on the 30-second chart, we need to sweep these 28, 29s. IV is still green. Gamma chart hasn't changed, so. Alright, we've broken out of the OR to the upside. And let's see what happens. Did not hold. let a couple green candles, let a couple 3-minute candles settle. See what the wicks look like right now. If it sweeps 28, I think it's going to attack 33. I think it's going to come up here. It's a nice gap though on the 3-minute chart. That's a back test of the 30-second OR. We got rejection from the 29.50 area, which is where this gap is, and then found support down here. Come up to 33s, is it? So I bet you if I include that in this profile, yeah, it looks a lot better. It's a lot more refined now with this volume from the open and from PPI release. Man, they couldn't crack 45.20 yet. 45.16, 45.20. But it's definitely tested now, so if we do get a rejection up here at 33, I have not taken any plays. I'm waiting to see what happens here at 33. This is not like yesterday where we do have a gap up, right? But it's not a huge gap. So probabilities of a gap fill are pretty strong today, in my opinion. And I think anything in this area could be a good short. So we're in the short zone with rejection. Honestly, this is probably one of the days where this setup doesn't really fit any of my plays. I could see a short here working. Yeah. Just with the 30-second OR so close, I don't like taking those because it could find support and come right back up. It's worth a shot though, especially if we drive back up. All right, so let's see what happens here at 23. That's yesterday's value high right here. And we're underneath the OR. It looks like a short. But still have 15-20 right here though, lingering. Yeah. I'm not ecstatic about the setup today though. Oops, let me get back to this chart. This one. Not ecstatic. Yeah, it would be nice to get down to the 90s today. Pretty good shot at it, right? Because we've got good chance of gap fill, which puts us down where here somewhere. That's breaking. That's sweeping through the 20s. See, when there's a 30-second OR close to support, though, that's the only thing that makes me hesitant to jump into anything. A short from 30 would have been okay, right? I said anything in here. Short zone was 27 to 33. I didn't take it just because of how close we are to all this support. But it was probably the right play. We've got a clear breakout 30-second OR to the downside now. If we sweep this area and get another bounce, I would look to short that. It's like maybe we sweep this area, get a bounce off the Asia lows. Which would be gap fill. Right, what is gap fill? Oh, geez, gap fill 6. Okay, right here. Yeah, right where the Asia lows are, 13, 14. Right now our range is 16 to 20 up to 37.41. 37 and 41. Just wonder how much consolidation we'll get under 23. Nothing on the options chain really that's telling. I mean, they are not breaking this area right now. So we got a nice bounce from the euro lows. Still in that short zone though, right? Short zone is 27 to 33. So I see price come back in there. even though the 30-second OR is right here. Really want to sweep this 20 area first though. 16. Fill the gap. Probably find some buyers there. We'll see. Honestly, this could be a day where I just wait for IB to post and then take an IB play. Nine-point range right now. But it looks like it wants to go down. I just need to see this area get swept first. Almost have a long setup, it looks like, on the 3-minute. But that's a super short time frame, so that would probably just send it back up to like 32, 33. They're going to do it. And they're going to catch. There's the long entry right there. If this is a long setup, which I'm not crazy about. Ooh, do it. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's get gap fill. Come on. So now under Euro lows. That's a good sign. So now that this 16 to 20 area has been swept, like I think this support has been taken out now. Let's see where this bounce stalls, and that's where I'm going to try a short. Hopefully it gets a 30-second OR back test here. That's where I'm going to enter. I didn't make it back. Damn it. I could see it coming back though. Alright, so now we have that setup I was looking for, right? Where we've got this look here with 15 to 20 being swept. This is a good sell structure. If I wasn't such a bitch, I'd probably just go short and let it ride with a stop of like 30. But I don't like taking 10-point stops. Clear 30-second OR, breakout to the downside. Patience will be the name of the game today. Don't want to lose money stupidly. I can see us getting back into this 30-second OR and either consolidating or rejecting. Either way, I've got a short sitting at 23.75. I'll put one at 23 and 23.75. So I've got 3 lots at 23 and 2 lots at 23.75 if it gets back there. It could really, yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but that's the setup that I like to take. Back test of this area here. Now that we've got this support swept, it seems like a good setup, a decent setup, a good enough one to take. Could get stopped out though, so stop on this play would be right around 27. 23. Come on, fill me. And I'm not super crazy about being short, but this is a 30-second OR breakout to the downside. Looks like we're getting acceptance under 23. And I think we're going to get gap fill at some point today. Come on, come up to 23, will you? So I can at least get a partial play. Hey, one lot's good enough. Alright, so I got the 23 filled. And I've got one at 23.75. It did not fill yet. It did not fill yet. Okay, just filled. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't come up to the top of the OR. Damn it, Adam said is buying. I don't like to fade him. But this is a setup. This is my setup right here. So I'm taking it, and if I get stopped out, I will accept it. But right now, I'm short average 23.50. It's a back test to the 30-second OR. Momentum is kind of ticking up, though. That's my setup. So I'm taking it because it's probably good, usually good for 10 points to the downside, which would give us gap fill. We'll see. I could see this thing coming back up to 33 though. But this is a setup. Good looking wick from the 1675 though. Here we go. Break this. I mean, it looks like we're getting some acceptance under yesterday's value high. But you want to see this hold. Couldn't take out 20 on that. 30-second OR got another back test. Damn. I don't think I'm wrong yet, but I'm close. Oh, this is 15-minute chart. Let me go to the 3-minute chart. I don't know. Alright, Adam Sit's bragging about his play, so he must be out of it. This is close. This is not the reaction that I was hoping to see. I want to see us get back under 20. Damn. There we go. Come back under 20. Come on. It could be another fail and look below the London low, which is what we had the other day. It was a long setup. And damn, it's pressing. Back into the OR, so I'm down a point now. I do not want to see this OR topside break, so stop is 26. I'll do 26.75. This could be a loser. Yeah, damn it. I'm down 2, 2.25, 2.5. Here we go. Get out of there now. Don't hold. Oh, you bitch. Don't hold. Damn. Yeah, stop me out. So what would happen if I got stopped out is I'd look for a run back to 33 and I'd look for a reaction there if this doesn't drop back under the 30-second OR. We already tried to break out above OR once and it failed, and so my experience playing these is the reason why I haven't gotten back over is that there's not a super strong likelihood that it does get back over it because it's already failed once. So, that's why I'm just kind of sticking with it for now. But we are back over yesterday's high. We are back over yesterday's value, a value high, which I think is the same, right? Basically. So, but we did sweep the 20 and 16 area, which is why I like a short from up here and why I haven't exited yet. Because this support, I think, is now going to, I think next time we come down here, it's going to go right through it. Yeah. Yeah, 30 is definitely the 33 is the short zone for sure. This one's not invalidated yet, but it feels like it's going to be. Yep. I got it stopped out right there. Don't fall back down. Damn. That's why these days like this playing 30-second OR are tricky. When you've got support so close to the bottom of it. But whatever. I mean, take it for what it is. If we get back under, if we get back under 30-second OR, I'm gonna reshort it. Right now, 27. Oh, 27. 27 to 33 is kind of the short zone you want to look at getting into. We hit it and we fell back down. That was probably a misjudgment on my part. I probably should have had a stop at 27 instead of 26.75. Not sure it would have helped me though, because we did not. It did not offer. 27 did not offer, and that probably was the stop I should have had. Not 26.75. So that was a miscalculation. That's okay though. The day is young. so let's see what we get up here. So even if I moved my stop to 27, I would have been stopped out, so it's not a big deal. Cell structure is still in place. Excess high, 33. So 30-second OR is not good today. That's okay. Damn, look below and fail that London low. Provided another decent long setup. Did hit gap fill. So we're back over the 30-second OR. And now we're just waiting to see what happens up here. So let's see if we pop up here. $30 re-offered. This looks like a decent short. With a stop of like 33. So because I got stopped out on my first play, I sized down. So now it's just a 2-contract play. And you know, the goal will be to like make sure I break even by the end of the day. Like that's all I care about now.
Just don't want to lose. But, I mean, I really like a short up here between 30, 33. Feels like this area is going to be offered. But need to see momentum shift, right? So momentum is on the upside now. And so what I'd like to see up here is like maybe some consolidation or a clear rejection, right? So a couple of things that might get there, like an engulfing 3-minute candle, or on the 30-second chart that I look at, a nice engulfing 30-second candle. Those would give me confirmations to enter short. Got another one of these types of looks.
And earlier, I was talking about this setup, which is like this, right? And then your short zone is right here. So, and then your stop on this is up here, but I don't play that way. You want to see 33 offer though. Okay, so we made it up here.